Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nat. Thank you all so much for joining me. Today we're finally going to do a full face of ABH, and I'm pretty excited to finally be doing this video since I purchased all of these products last year. But first I just wanted to share with you guys that Rephr is coming to Sephora, and I don't know what that means for us Canadians because I know they're launching in Hong Kong and eventually the States, but yeah, as of right now I haven't heard anything about Sephora Canada. Rephr is one of my top favorite brush brands. And for me personally, my absolute favorites are their eye brushes. To celebrate the fact that they're going to be at Sephora, they're having a pretty good sale on their website. As of today that I'm filming, the sale is still going on, and I'm sorry, but I don't know how long it goes on for. In addition to the sale, they requested some votes on a couple of options for their end cap design at Sephora. And if you participated and gave them your feedback, they included this sponge trio as a gift. This is a trio of makeup sponges designed for every step of your routine. One for speed, one for everyday use, and one for precision. Each sponge features a soft, flexible texture made from latex-free foam. That's good for me, I'm allergic to latex. That seamlessly blends liquid, cream, and powder for a smooth, natural finish. How to use, dampen to expand before use, and bounce to blend foundation, concealer, or powder seamlessly. I have a bunch of makeup sponges, but I don't think I've actually applied my foundation with a sponge before, but I'm excited to try one day. First up, I purchased the LC collection. 3 synthetic brushes designed for liquid and cream formulas. Please note that this collection is made in China, as they offer synthetic fibers that are superior to what we can source in Japan. In development since 2021, these synthetic bristles are carefully calibrated to mimic the look and feel of natural hair, while providing exceptional performance with liquid and cream-based products. During internal testing with makeup artists, synthetic filaments worked exceptionally well with liquids and creams, while absorbing minimal product, had no hair fallout, and was a breeze to clean. Note that this collection is optimized for liquid and cream formulas. And for powder formulas, they recommend a few of their other brushes. This is the LC01, a petite angled brush that's dense enough to build coverage and fluffy enough to blend out. Achieving this balance took considerable time, and we're very happy with how it turned out. Note that LC01 is very similar to B05, with the only notable change being the fiber color. Here's the LC02, which is a complexion brush. One of the most common feedback we received was to create an in-between size between the LC01 and LC03. This brush did exceptionally well in early testing with artists, and we're so excited for you guys to try it. This is the LC03, and it's for foundation, a substantial foundation brush that looks and feels remarkably like natural hair. The densely packed synthetic bristles feels extremely soft, absorbs minimal product, and provides an effortless streak-free finish. Note that LC03 is very similar to B04, with the only notable change being the fiber color. Here's brush 38, designed by Alexandra Anel here on YouTube, refined based on feedback from her community. A do-it-all precision cheek brush. This brush features an innovative single-press ferrule that allows for a shape that's fluffy and blendable, yet unexpectedly precise. Handcrafted in Japan using a hybrid of natural and synthetic materials to work for both powders and creams. This brush was sold out in record time during its initial release, but we're excited to announce that it will now return as brush 38 in our permanent collection. I also got the Shodo 05. If you guys don't know by now, I love the Shodo series. Okay, so this is a no makeup brush for skin-like finish. Shodo 05 is crafted using a first-of-its-kind technique inspired from traditional Japanese calligraphy. Artisans carefully alternate 10,000 plus long and short fibers to create micro layers along the tip of the brush that gives your makeup a soft, diffuse, and buildable finish. Oh, this is interesting. Pending community feedback on these brushes, we plan on transitioning more of our existing brushes into the new Shodo platform in the future. That's exciting. And lastly, I picked up the Shodo Eye Set. This is just for backups because I have a few of these already. And honestly, it's because it was on sale. But this Shodo Eye Set comes with 3 brushes, introducing the Shodo collection, the latest innovation from Kumano, Japan, handcrafted by artisans using a new brush making technique that's adapted from Japanese calligraphy. The Shodo brushes allow you to apply and blend using the side of the brush and get really precise by engaging the tip, much like a traditional calligraphy brush. Key features are that you can use the side of the brush for diffuse application and blending, engage tip of the brush whenever you need precision, works well with creams, exceptional for powders. I don't know if I said this already, but I love that little package that the trio came in. Okay, so the set comes with 3. This is the Shodo 00, my absolute favorite blending brush. Shodo 02, for more detail work, and a Shodo 03. Also for more detail work, or you guys might know by now, I like to use this one in the brow bone crease area. You know what? They're slightly different. Maybe like updated labelings. This is the new one, and this is my older, well-used, well-loved Shodo 00. Just a slight difference in how they look. But we'll test it out today and see how it performs. All right, here's a dirty old Shodo 03. This is the new one. The handle is like a fraction skinnier. And I wonder if it's, the brush head looks slightly different, just slightly, but I wonder if it's because this is brand new. And like I said, this is old and well used, well loved. Actually, before we move on to ABH, let's check out these sponges. I've heard from a bunch of people that these are their favorite. Oh my gosh, this one's so cute. So 3 sizes, smallest, medium, and then the big guy. And once you dampen these sponges and squeeze them out, they double in size. All right, let's get some foundation on my face. This is the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. Mine is in the shade 2N. This is a medium to full coverage velvet matte foundation with a non-comedogenic formula that perfects skin with a blurring second skin finish up to 12 hours. Hyaluronic acid provides moisture and a plumping effect. Bixa Orellana, I think that's how you say it, blurs pores and imperfections. Phytoglycogen delivers youthful, radiant skin. What else we need to know? It's a medium to full coverage, long-wearing water-based formula that blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours. Powered by precision blur technology, this hydrating velvet matte foundation features hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and second skin feel. I remember being so excited to try this foundation out when it first came out last year. And then, you know, life happens. All right, so I just pumped some onto the back of my hand, and let's try out the LC03 from Rephr. Just going to start in the center of my face. Well, actually today my whole face is pretty red. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's because of springtime allergies, although this weekend we had crazy hot weather. It was like 26 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. And today's going to get up to about that as well. That's very warm for us here in Vancouver, especially for the beginning of May. Alright, so first impression, I feel like this brush blended it out super quickly, super easily, super seamlessly, like it claims. Again, you guys, my bags lately, I have not been sleeping well at all. Okay, but let's talk about the foundation. I quite like this finish. I'm quite impressed, actually. So in general, I prefer like a lighter coverage foundation just for my everyday wear, or like a skin tint. But I do appreciate a good medium to full coverage foundation for events, nights out, when I'm filming. But I have to say, for how viscous it was when I pumped it out, it doesn't feel as heavy as I thought it would. Again, just judging by the viscosity as we pumped it out. And for a medium to full coverage foundation, this feels pretty light. Not the lightest, but this just feels good on the skin. I pumped out another pump, and now we're going to switch to the LC01, just so I can get in between my eyebrows and around my eyebrows with a little bit more precision, because as usual, I've already done my eyebrows. My eyes are primed with matte paint pot in soft ochre, as usual. So far, I think I really like these brushes. In case you guys were wondering, when I do my makeup when I'm not filming, I do my foundation first, and then I prime my eyes, and then I do my eyebrows. But to save time, I've already done my eyebrows, as you guys can see. Switching back to the LC03, so we can finish up my forehead. And for a foundation, my preference is matte, natural matte, semi-matte, any kind of matte. Although I have to say, now that I'm aging, a full like matte is a little too much for my skin. But in general, I'm oily, especially in the spring, summertime. But I have to say, I feel like my skin is a little bit drying out, which is like weird for me because I've been oily like my whole life. But I am 45. I'm aging. So, you know, lots of things happen. Lots of things change as we age. Okay, but here's the foundation. I quite enjoy this finish. What do you guys think? In my collection, I only have 2 existing ABH palettes. The first one is the Soft Glam palette, and this palette was actually the first palette that I got myself when I journeyed back into makeup. So yes, this palette is on the old side. This is what it looks like, in case you've never seen it before. And then from the Norvina collection, this is the Pro Pigment Palette Volume 4. A little bit more fun, but honestly, I've barely used this palette. And like I said, I purchased a bunch of the ABH products last year for this video specifically. I picked up this mini palette. It's the Embers one, and the season is totally wrong because since this one came out, I think there were a few more released. And of course, some more timely for the spring season, but I didn't pick up those ones because in general, spring makeup is a little too light just for my personal taste. But this is what this palette looks like. I think we have like 3 mattes and 6 kind of satin formulas. And now I'm kind of torn because, like I said, it's spring right now. This seems more spring-like, this color story anyway. But I really do want to try the formula of this one. So we'll start with this palette. Okay, so these shades aren't named. I think they're just numbered on the back. But I'm going to start off with this shade. And I'm just using a Rephr 33. Let's put some pigment down at the brow bone crease area. That's pretty pigmented. Next, let's go in with this shade. And I'm just using a Rephr 01. It's been out for a bit now, but have any of you guys seen the Michael Jackson movie? If you guys didn't know this about me already, I love Michael Jackson. So my best friend and I, we grew up watching Michael Jackson videos, watching his short films on repeat. So the 2 of us went, I think like when it first came out. So it's been out for, like I said, a while now, but we keep talking about it. We keep rewatching clips. His nephew did an amazing job, in my opinion. Like, so good. And we just found out that they've greenlit a sequel, so that's super exciting. Alright, testing out the new Shodo 00. Let's go in with this shade, the deepest matte brown. Oh, and I'm even wearing one of my Michael Jackson t-shirts today. Okay, so starting at the outer corner. So yeah, this is like a fallish color story. But I don't really follow trends or seasons or what you're supposed to do with things usually. I like to do my makeup based on what I'm feeling. The formula of these eyeshadows in this Embers palette is very nice. It's pigmented, easy to work with, easy to blend out. Just for my taste, it's a little on the light side, or it's missing one deep shade because I like my outer corners to be quite deep and intense. Again, mainly because I have no shape to my eyelids. So I have to fake it just to give it some dimension. Okay, let's see if this satin shade adds any depth to the outer corner. And if not, I might grab one of the shades from one of the other palettes. That worked out pretty well, I think. Okay, next, let's see, what do these guys look like? I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so that shade that I chose is this one in the palette. And I'm just going to go in using my finger. Let's put it just off center. And then towards the center. And then for the inner third, let's use this one. Just sticking that in the inner third spot with my index finger. These satins are very buttery, smooth and soft. Alright, so I do want to deepen up my outer corners, so I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm just using an F05 from Singe Beauty. I'm just going to start by pushing in some pigment into the outer corner, or the outer C shape, V shape. I just dipped into a tiny bit of the black that's in the palette. See, I like that a little bit better. A little bit more contrast. I'm just taking my Rephr 33 so we can soften out the edge. And since we have this palette out, let's jump into Tempera, just with a flat shader, so we can do a bit of an underbrow highlight. Next for concealer, we have the Magic Touch Medium to Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade 6. It's a medium to full coverage, creamy and lightweight formula that corrects, brightens, blurs, and conceals while blending to a natural second skin finish. It helps to hydrate the delicate under eye area and provide smooth, creaseless, and comfortable wear without oxidizing or settling into fine lines. The amino acid coated pigments ensure immediate adhesion and easy blendability, while light reflecting ingredients neutralize imperfections for a soft focus effect. I wonder if she's going to come out. Oh, that's a little bit dark. Dang. I wonder if she's going to come out with a new formula of concealer to go with the Impeccable Skin Foundation. But weren't they in some financial trouble as well? I feel like a lot of brands are these days. But if I remember correctly, I think she personally invested a bunch of money into the makeup company. I feel like shade 6 is a little bit dark for my concealer shade, but let's blend it out with an LC01. I think I went with shade 6 because the next lighter shade with neutral undertones was shade 1, which that's way too light. It's kind of okay. Like, it's a touch too dark in my opinion. But this concealer I bought blindly online. Like, I didn't go in store to swatch it or anything. I feel like this shade is almost good as a spot concealer. But the finish on it and the way that it applies and how it feels is nice. It feels nice anyway. Sorry, what I mean to say is I think the formula is decent. The formula is nice. Or maybe this is a good summer shade for me for concealer. Although the past couple of years I haven't really gotten too much of a tonal difference for my summer face. Probably because I wear a hat all the time, and sunscreen. But that blended out pretty nicely, don't you guys think? Next we have the Smooth Blur Cream Contour Stick, and mine is in the shade Shadow. A gel-like lightweight formula that blurs and blends with smooth, seamless coverage for a natural definition. It's ultra smooth, undetectably blurred, and naturally radiant. This gel-like cream formula is designed to sculpt and define features with a dewy, second skin finish and lightweight coverage. Effortlessly achieves seamless definition with 4 cool toned shades. This is what it looks like. Let's just be brave and put some straight onto my forehead. I'm going to blend it out with the LC02. So this product I've heard mixed reviews on. Some people think it looks like dirt. Some people love it. Some people think it's hard to blend out. But that's what I love about discovering products. Everyone has different skin, different preferences, and then there's something for everyone. Okay, so this corner, it's not patchy. It's leftover hair dye. We just did my regrowth. And yeah, I usually end up with a bit of leftover hair dye. I'm not going to go too heavy with this because I also have the powder bronzer to put on top. It's not too difficult to blend out, I don't think. And I don't find the shade to be overly cool toned. This brush is similar to the BK Beauty 109. So far, I'm really enjoying these brushes. Do any of you guys have these brushes already? And what are your thoughts? It looks like it kind of collected right here. You know what? That could be because it attached to the concealer that I had going on in this area. So far, I feel like this contour stick is just okay. Too soon to tell though, I feel like, for actual final solidified thoughts. Yeah, like, you guys see this part? And I've kind of been blending for a while. So maybe that's what everyone was talking about. Okay, to do the nose, we're just gonna go in with Patrick Ta's nose contour brush. Do any of you guys have this one? Do you experience the same kind of thing? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's just okay? I do like this contour stick for my nose. For blush, we have the Magic Touch Cream Blush and Lip Trio. This comes in 3 color combos, a pink, a berry, and I chose the peach one. This is a high pigment cream blush trio featuring 3 vibrant shades, enriched with skin-nourishing ingredients that blend weightlessly to a natural matte flush. This multi-purpose cream formula for cheeks and lips features a silky gel-like texture that seamlessly blends with a soft, blurred finish for a flawless natural look. Go sheer to bold with buildable, versatile shades that can be worn individually or paired together to customize your perfect flush. I wonder if you can just kind of tap into all of it. Maybe not, because I kind of just made it all dirty. But let's see. Oh, that's really pigmented. Let's put some on the other side to kind of soften it out or balance it out. I probably should have pre-blended this on the back of my hand. Wow, that is pigmented and vibrant. But you know what? ABH doesn't have a powder blush, so we might need to be a little bit more on the pigmented side with the creams. Because usually with cream blushes, I always go on top with a light toned powder blush. But since we don't have that option today, I'm just going back with the foundation brush with no added product. I'm just trying to soften out the edges. That's a little better, right? But I feel like the tone is a bit off. with this eye look. Okay, so I'm just going to clean off this side. Maybe don't do what I did. Don't dip into all of them at the same time. All right, now picking up this product off the back of my hand. Let's add a bit more of this shade to it so it's not so pink. That's interesting that this is the peach combo and there isn't a shade in here that has peach in the name. Interesting. That's kind of pretty though. What do you guys think? I just set my face off camera because I don't think ABH has a setting powder, at least not that I could see on the Sephora website. Now we can go in with powder bronzer. This is the Smooth Blur Matte Powder Bronzer and I chose the shade Golden Beach Glow. It's an ultra smooth bronzer with a blurring gel powder hybrid formula for a long-lasting matte color with a lightweight feel and a flawless sun-kissed finish. What else we need to know? Ultra smooth, buttery, and luxuriously lightweight, this bronzer delivers long-lasting color with a natural finish. Its blurring gel powder hybrid formula effortlessly blends into skin for seamless soft warmth and definition. This is what the shade looks like. All right, let's test it out with the Shodo 05. Let's just start at the forehead. I kept hearing when these first came out that everyone was thinking that they were too cool toned or too gray, but I think it was just a photo issue because this one doesn't look too gray at all, right? It is on the golden side. I would like to test this bronzer out on its own, but so far I think I like it. But I must say I love this brush. It's like a giant version of my favorite Shodo 00. And for the face, perfect. Let's hit the nose. All right, let's finish up this eye look quickly. I'm just going in with an E25 from ColourPop and the Cypress Umber shade from the Soft Glam palette. And now I'm just taking the Shodo 00 with a bit of the matte black, keeping it tightest to the lash line. And now the Rephr 01 with no added product, just to soften out the edge. I just did finishing touches to this eye look and now we can go in with setting spray. This is the Impeccable 24-Hour Blurring Matte Setting Spray. It's a 24-hour matte setting spray that blurs, hydrates, and locks in makeup for a non-drying skin-like finish. Lock in velvety matte smooth makeup for 24 hours and achieve a seamless, natural, shine-free finish all day. This hydrating blurring formula reduces the appearance of pores, fine lines, and wrinkles while keeping makeup in place. Let's check the sprayer. Okay. Oh, it was a little attacky. It has a bit of a scent. Not the best sprayer or mist. Like I have a couple of water drops. Or not water, but you know, setting spray drops. Let's just pat them out. Now for lips, I picked up one of the lip liners. I keep hearing great things about her lip liner formula. I chose the shade Deep Taupe, and it's your traditional wooden sharpenable type liner. First, let's try out the Lip Velvet. This isn't new to me. I've had it for a while, but honestly, I haven't used it in quite a long time, so I've forgotten what the formula is like. This is the shade Hush Rose. I forgot how velvety it is. But that's quite pretty, don't you guys think? For a matte finish, this is quite comfortable on the lips. But I also picked up one of her lip glosses in the same shade as the lip liner, Deep Taupe. This lip gloss smells like the Natasha Denona lip glosses. To me, it smells like cloves, which I don't mind the scent of cloves. But I heard those Natasha Denona lip glosses got recalled because of the scent. I don't know if that's true or not. This lip gloss is very substantial feeling, like a bit on the sticky side. But not goopy, just a bit like it's a substantial lip gloss. But what do you guys think? Here it is. This is the final look with a full face of ABH products. I'll come in close. Different lighting. First impressions of this foundation is I love it. Of course, I need to see how it wears throughout the rest of the day, but I love the finish on it. It's matte, perfect for my oily skin, but it's not too matte, if you know what I mean. It does have like a matte skin-like finish. It's lightweight, it's comfortable on the skin. I quite enjoy this one. This mini eyeshadow palette, I love the formula of the eyeshadows. And of course I need to try out the rest of the shades, but it's just a personal taste thing. The color story is a little bit muted for my liking, but there's still a time and a place for a palette like this in my collection on days where I do want to wear a softer look because the formula is beautiful. This contour stick I'll need to try out again, but my first impression on it is that it's just okay. I did like it for my nose, but I found it to be a little bit patchy or a little bit difficult to blend out in certain spots. Like my forehead was okay, this side of my face seemed to be okay, but this side had a little bit of issues, but it could also be me, like user error, or maybe I have a dry patch of skin over here, something like that. Again, I need to use this a bit more to have final thoughts on it. This concealer, same thing. It's okay. I'll need to wear it for the rest of the day to discover how it holds up. For me, it's mainly just a shade issue. It's just a touch too close to my skin tone, but the formula seems nice. It blended out easy. It's got good coverage, but it's not super heavy. This blush and lip trio, I actually really enjoy. Upon application, it was a bit shocking, but that's just because I didn't pre-blend it out on the back of my hand. I like that you have 3 shade options. I like the formula. It blends out very easily. It's very pigmented because like I was saying before, usually with a cream blush, I usually go on top with a similar shade powder blush, but I didn't in this case. And the pigment still shines through under my light setting powder. I'm not sure if I just used the correct words. What I'm trying to say is that the pigment of this blush still shines through after being set. This powder bronzer I found to be quite nice. Again, I'd like to try it on its own just to see its true tone. But so far, I did enjoy the application of this and the shade. This setting spray, I like the finish that it gives. It's just the sprayer that was a little bit splotchy. But you know what? Because this has been sitting for a few months, maybe what I should have done is run the nozzle under some hot water and see if that makes a difference. Maybe I'll try that next time. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention, I wanted to share with you, this is one of the blush sticks, and in the shade Peach Caramel. Is it Peach Caramel? Yes, Peach Caramel. This is one of my favorite blushes, like formula-wise and shade-wise. Just a side note, just because we're talking about ABH. The lip liner I enjoy. I do usually prefer like your traditional kind of wooden sharpenable lip liner. I'm actually curious to try out, I think she came out with some new shades. But I wanted to see if I like the formula first, and then maybe I'll pick up a couple of the new shades, which I think they're in like more of a contoury type thing. The Lip Velvet is an amazing formula. Again, this one's not new to me. I just haven't worn it in a while and I forgot what it felt like. but now that I've put it back on my lips, I need to put this back into rotation. And then the lip gloss is decent. Like, it's nice. I like the way that it feels. I like that it feels like it's not just going to slip off my lips. Again, I'm curious to see what other shades are like, but I have a feeling that this lip gloss is going to grow on me the more I use it. Oh, and lastly, all of the Rephr brushes that I tried out today, I really love. I felt like they were easy to use, and I'm not surprised because, like I said already, Rephr is one of my all-time favorite brush brands. Well, I think that's it. That wraps up this video. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me, to check out a bunch of ABH products. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Or if it's nighttime for you, I truly hope you get a good night's rest. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, ha, ha.